You want to know how I made my new song Silence Says It All, and where I got the idea and how it sounds and why the way it sounds? Let's go. 3 simple chords. B flat major bar chord, F major bar chord, and C. So you're wondering how I came with the idea. This idea is simply based on one principle, that silence is the most powerful way of communication. I'm going to open the session. Usually my sessions are a gigantic mess. If you listen to it, it's a very heavy, big, thick arrangement, and that's the way that I didn't want it. But I'm happy the way it turned out. When I started my song, I sung it to some 1960s, 1970s simple guitar progression. I sent it, I had worked 2 of my very close friends, they're great musicians of mine, and they do an amazing job all the time. And they take my crazy vision and put it to life. So I'm listening to the very first, let's start with acoustic guitar because that's what I start with. That's how my brain ticks. Let's get to it. Again, B flat, F, C, B flat major, F major, C, all bar chords. It's over and over. Very aggressive picking. Okay, now that was done. Now, you know, guitars, bass, drums, 3 foundations in most songs. And for me, that was great. But then I always, never happy, never satisfied. I told my good friend of mine, let's add some keys to this song. Keys, piano, whatever you want to call it. So then he recorded this organ. It's actual real organ. It's not a plug-in. Love plugins, but he said, I want to record the real thing. So he recorded it. So let's listen to it. Keys changing. So that was something magical. Then my favorite part is the beginning, 1980s piano. Listen. Very stabby, very punchy. Foundation to support my song. And across the line. Magic. And then we have old. I could sit here all day and go through this, but we only have a limited time. And what else do I have on here? The bass. Bass in your face. Again, listen. The foundation, the groove to the song, the weight, the building blocks of this song. Bass. Again, all instruments, all played live, all by great musicians of mine. Total, I have 3 musicians on the song. And I just love the way it turned out. Again, remember, if it makes you feel good, then just go ahead and do it. Because at the end of the day, whether you're sitting in your studio or a home studio anywhere across the world or in your basement or your mom's room, whatever it is, it's got to make you feel happy first. There's not going to be a million people behind you in the studio saying, okay, hey, put that song out, or hey, it sounds good. At some point, you got to be happy with it. But you always got to ask yourself one question. Is it the best you can do? And that's a question I ask myself all the time. And to be honest, I get lazy. And sometimes I don't listen to that voice and I just keep going forward. And then sometimes I'll have a little quiet time to myself and then I'll ask, is this the best you can do? Are you being lazy? Can you do better? That's what I ask myself. Sometimes you got to ask yourself that question. It's a question we hate asking. And it's a question that we hate doing too. And like I said, I got a lot of instruments here, MIDI. And that was the premise of my song, Silence Says It All. And it's basically based on somebody always fighting, butting heads, and then that one person backs off, goes silent, gives you the quiet treatment, and drives the other person crazy, in which the song is born, Silence Says It All. 120 BPM, B flat major, F, C. I will play a few chords on the guitar. Again, Silence Says It All is out right now, guys. I just want to show you a little behind the scenes and make you a part of the song where maybe if it reaches somebody out there and you can say that you were involved in the process of this song. Because sometimes, even before I was releasing music, or sometimes even before I was a musician, you know, you would buy a CD or download the music and you would listen to the song and you would have no idea what happened. I know I'm not the first person on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok to do this, and I definitely won't be the last. But I wanted to show you a few sounds and a few things and a little explanation why I did it. Just to make you a part of the music. And remember guys, I always tell you this, my songs are not my songs. I don't make them for me, I make them for you. End of the day, when you download it or you give me one stream, it's not about the money. It's about creating a moment and a memory. Even again, before I was even had any idea how to make a song, I would tie my music to a certain event in my life. And whenever I listen to that same song, it just takes me back. That's what music means to me. And I hope it means something to you. Thanks again, guys. And please, go watch my music now.